3, 2, 1.
Okay, let's go live.
And you're live.
Okay. Okay, for some reason I don't see the live here, but on the link you shared with me, I don't know why. Maybe, oh yeah, no, I see it now, it's arriving. Okay, hi everyone. We are just starting this live stream with the community. I'm going to obviously turn this sound off. I don't see the live here, but on the link you shared with me, I don't know why. Okay, we're just waiting a few minutes. So we are here with, so first, I'm Misha. You probably saw me on some of the live stream. I'm co-founder and the CEO at Nodle. I'm here with, on my right, Jeff Roberto.
Hey.
Who is the Chief Marketing Officer for Nodle. We have also in the studio with us today in direct live from the very beautiful part in east of France on the coast from Honfleur, our Chief Product Officer, Florence Troppa.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
And we also have our star community person with Stefan, live from Germany, and that you probably interact with often on the community, on the various channels, either be Telegram or Discord or on Twitter. And super happy to be with you here today. We have a lot of good news to share. We also have a lot of updates. And the main reason we are here today is for launching a contest on the new Nodle app, which is the Click app. And we would like to activate the whole community, to invite the whole community to also install this app, use this app to help make the internet better. I think the main reason we are building this is to bring back authenticity to the internet, and we have a fantastic tool with the Nodle chain, with this app to make it happen. So we count a lot on you, and we're going to dig into the details. Just quick update. Since yesterday, we have a new live website for Nodle. We would love to get your feedback. So if you go to nodle.com, you will see the new website. It presents all the offering of the project and the ecosystem, and it would be great to get your feedback. And so I invite you to go there. We are here, like I said, for the contest for Click, and we're going to announce the prizes as you participate in this contest. We have great first results with the application. We did a public beta launch during the festival of South by Southwest in Austin. That was 2 to 3 weeks ago from Austin. And since that time, actually, we are starting to see organic installs for the photo app grow. We have passed the first 5,000 users. It's very encouraging. It's far from the results of the Nodle app. So just to remind you, the Nodle app now, the wallet has more than 150,000 daily active users. We have network coverage in many countries, especially in Europe, in France, with where we partner with an insurance company that's leveraging the network. And more recently in Uganda, if you look on the map on network.nodle.com, you're going to see all the coverage of this amazing network and this amazing community. And that's you. So thank you, everyone, for participating. Before I hand the mic to my team, I want to highlight we're going to have a product hunt launch, and we really count on all of you. That's going to be for the Click app to participate, vote, so we can be number one when we are on product hunt. It's very important for the brand. It's very important for the whole ecosystem, and it's nice to win. We like to win too. So let's do it, and we will notify you when you can go and add a comment and vote for the Click app on product hunt. You will be notified. On the results, we start to see this network really working. Like in the last months, we got photos from someone at the top of the Yucatan on a volcano taking a photo. We got people in the Yosemite Park taking photos. We got people in Italy taking videos of a protest supporting Ukraine happening in Milan. We got people taking photos in Kiev, in Ukraine, during a Memorial Day, or showing basically the main square there in Ukraine. We've got some people in Spain taking amazing videos of a live event happening in the city of Barcelona, and as well as an incident like a big fire erupting in a building. So this citizen journalism tool, I would say, and movement is really working. We are super thrilled and excited. We start to talk to all the major media agencies, and your contribution at some point may help the main media in the world to know what is true and what's happening. So that's super important. And the great thing is because there is ownership with the Nodle blockchain and the wallet, at some point, you will also be able to participate, share your photos and videos, and get paid for that content. I mean, we are still very early, but that's where we want to go. And we want basically the community to benefit from the ecosystem and what's happening on the ecosystem. So that's what I wanted to share with you all. If we are here, it's all thanks to you. You are unbelievable. And so I leave the mic, and I'm going to launch the presentation on the Click app. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. Let me launch this press. Okay. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. Share screen. Okay. A window.
Yeah, a few words while Misha tries to do a few things technically. You are indeed unbelievable. We were so surprised and so happy when we are seeing your memes about the project. It's so funny. It's amazing. It is really the power of the community. So please keep doing this. We love that. It is really, you have no idea when we work so hard in the Nodle team, when we see that from you, it makes us realize why we are working so hard. We are really doing it for the community. We love what you guys are doing. And of course, we wish that you keep helping us, keep growing the community. So it's absolutely fantastic. So I would second Misha saying you are unbelievable.
I'm going to third that. Awesome community.
Yeah, I'm just going to follow that opinion. I love you guys.
Cool. All right, let's dive into it. So you have your hosts here. I think everyone knows Misha, Florent, our Chief Product Officer, myself, Jeff, I'm the Chief Marketing Officer, and we have Stefan, our community lead. You probably know Stefan the best. He's been amazing in terms of engaging with all of you and being our point person for us to understand what's happening in the community, things we need to kind of react to, deal with, features, products, ideas coming from you. So keep those coming. Your feedback is invaluable. We need it to keep growing and building. But today we want to talk about Click. So I put a quick agenda together. For those of you that joined us back in December, I think that was our last live stream. You may have seen some of this, but it's important that we share everything in terms of what we're building, why we're doing it, some recent success, and then kind of, what's starting to happen with Click in the news. And then, of course, Misha mentioned a contest. We'll get into that at the end of this presentation.
Yeah, and if you want to be part of the contest, and if you haven't already, we invite all of you to install the Click app. It's available now on iOS, on Android. The best way is you look for Nodle apps, and you just click on Click and download the Click app, or you search for Click Camera on the App Store, Click Camera Nodle also on the Nodle Play store, and you will be able to install the app if you haven't already done it.
Cool. All right. So the big problem, I think most of you know this, but misinformation and disinformation is the most extreme global risk over the next 2 years. This is coming directly out from the World Economic Forum in Davos, which happened earlier this year. This is not new to us here at Nodle, and that's why we built Click. But it's encouraging to see that this is getting this level of recognition, and that everyone's leaning in on this problem. And so we believe we have a solution. It may not be the only solution out there, of course, but we have a very great solution in terms of how to tackle this problem worldwide. Knowing what's real is more important than ever, right? As Gen AI has grown in popularity and usage across the world, we're seeing more and more photos, more and more images generated, and more photos altered with Gen AI. And to just put that into numbers, in the past 12 months, over almost 150 years worth of photography has been generated with AI. Of course, not all of that is deep fakes and fake content, but that just puts it in perspective in terms of how much content is being generated with AI and how important it's going to be for consumers and creators to have a tool like Click to help navigate all this into the future. So Click is a real solution for this. Click combats misinformation. It allows the creator using the Click app to authenticate content. So Click is a camera app, for those not familiar with it. You're capturing photo and video. Once you capture, you're swiping to sign that content. Once you sign that content, a digital proof of authenticity is created on chain. A public web page is also created, and metadata associated with that image or video are published to that web page, and that web page can be shared anywhere in the world, any social platform, any messenger. But this is important because it gives kind of a trail of data and authenticity with that image or that video. And again, we're just getting started, to be honest, in terms of product features and user flows. So we're looking for your feedback in terms of how you would use this product, the things you want to see us build into it to make it a more powerful product for everybody.
I just see people in the community commenting, people from Texas, people from Brazil. So thank you everyone for joining from all over the world, this live on the Click app and the contest. So you will be able to win actually prizes during this contest.
Cool. So this is a quick product walkthrough, just to give you an idea of how the product works if you haven't installed the app yet. So once you install it, it defaults to camera, right? So it operates and acts like your native camera, your native OS camera. You can capture photo or video, as you can see here. And then you have your own gallery of content that you've captured with your device, and you see that build out over time. Once you capture an image or a video, you swipe to sign that. We just launched a channels feature. So you'll see a personal channel, you'll see a local or regional channel, and now you'll also see a Click contest channel. So if you're participating in the contest, you need to sign your photo or video to the contest channel.
Actually posted my first photo to the contest just to test this morning.
Okay.
And I see we start to have some content. Actually, a photo in Russia. I see. So yeah, it's starting to arrive.
Okay. And we literally 15 minutes ago published a blog post about this. So on our blog, on the Nodle blog, you can now read about the contest and see all the detail on how to enter. We're going to share it here in this presentation, but just so you know, you can also go there and read about it.
So important thing. So after you take the photo, before you sign it, you can choose the channel where you want to push that photo, and you can select contest if you want to be part of the contest and the challenge and have a chance to win one of the prizes. We're going to basically explain the rules pretty soon.
Yeah. And this is the gallery view. So once you capture content, you can see it in your gallery. You can also see content marked that's been signed. You'll see a little icon on it in the upper right. And this will continue to build out as you capture more and more content. We're also working on short URLs and giving creators more tools that they need to easily share. So you'll see a set of sharing features in the app today. We're continuously building that out, so there'll be more and more coming as we continue to build out the product. And this is where your feedback is needed and welcome. This actually isn't the latest UI of the product. We recently updated it, but you can, when you go to share, you will see a menu of places to share to, and then you'll see all the local apps on your phone that enable sharing.
So just one question. So if I want to be part of the contest, I need to take a click, assign it to the channel of the contest.
Correct.
And I think I also need to share on Twitter the link to that photo and tag Click Your Truth, which is the hashtag. I mean the name, actually the Twitter name of the Click
yes.
For the Click app, correct? Can you clarify that for everyone?
Yep. So you will capture content, as Misha said. You will sign that content to the Click contest channel in the app. In the dropdown, you'll see the dropdown there. Once you sign to that channel, you're then going to share out to X, or formerly known as Twitter, and you will also hashtag click your truth. That's how we'll see the full feed on X with all the content that was submitted. And then we'd also like you to follow Click Your Truth, because if you are chosen as the winner, we do need to get in touch with you and DM you. So please follow us there as well. And then this contest will run for about 2 weeks. Again, all the details are on the blog. We'll choose winners and then announce publicly.
So it's at Click Your Truth on X, Twitter.
Correct. Yes. So just to kind of describe a little bit more about how we're approaching this product and kind of who we're talking to. So we think there are many use cases for this, right? So there's the journalism case, reporters, activists, social activists. There's the celebrity cases, influencers, fan bases, paparazzi. We believe there are big cases within the sports realm in terms of fans, influencers, people posting content to forums and blogs around sports. Of course, there's a public safety case where cities, municipalities, local authorities would use this product, use Click to verify content and authenticate it. And then there's, of course, the education case, teachers, instructors, et cetera, that want to use verified, authenticated content in their programs, or in the content that they're programming. And there are many more, but I just wanted to share a little bit about how we're approaching this and the various folks that we're talking to when we're starting to market this and promote this app. As Misha mentioned earlier, people are starting to capture and authenticate content around the world. This is just a sample of some of the recent things that we've seen. So exciting to see this happening very organically. And we will continue to promote the various use cases I just talked about to grow the product in the app. To continue on, so it's perfect timing for a product like this. As I said earlier, the rise of generative AI, the trustability and the decentralization with blockchain, and then content provenance protocols kind of emerging now. All of this is coming together. Click is sitting right at the middle of this. So it's a very exciting time for us, and I think for all of you, to be part of this and really to help us build out what we believe is kind of the next generation of a network, right? Of a trust network. And then I'm not sure if you want to, or if Florent wants to talk a little bit more about how it works technically, but this is kind of a deeper dive into the tech side.
Yeah, I think Florent
I can definitely. They are basically the way you want to make a content authentic. You need to actually have proofs. You need to prove that this content is authentic. And the way we do it, there are 4 parts to it. You have the first part, which is basically the proof of provenance. It is this content comes from a particular public key, and you can actually cryptographically prove that it was signed by this public key. So you have a proof that somebody is behind the posting. But it just proves that it's somebody who has actually posted something. It doesn't prove anything else. It just proves that this public key was at the origin of this posting on chain. So that's proof of provenance. You need also the proof of device, what we call proof of device. It is a genuine device. How do you prove that it's a genuine device? For this, we have a certificate for ClickApp, and we use C2PA as a protocol of provenance standards to actually link this particular content to this particular device. We have extra security on the ClickApp. It's not just your normal app. We have bank level security on the ClickApp. Basically, what we are using a very similar system that we have learned from doing the Nodle app. You may not know, but the Nodle app that you are all using, we need to constantly improve the security of it to make sure that we don't have abusers basically getting tokens for not the work that they are supposed to do. So in crypto is a very adversarial space. You need to make sure that things are correctly done. So we are working with a partner called GuardSquare to secure the 2 applications. So we are securing the Nodle app with this technology, but we're also securing the ClickApp. And ClickApp as well as an other aspect, which is basically using a certificate. So that's the proof of device. Then you need the proof of time. And for proof of time, we basically use the blockchain. So we use various mechanisms on the blockchain. You may not know, but before blockchain were called blockchain, they were actually thought as time chain. So it's kind of a way to see the time moving in one direction. And of course, as you cannot predict the next hash, if you are able to show the hash of a particular block, it means that you were there at this particular time. So the blockchain is used as a proof of time. Then we have the last but not least proof of location. The proof of location will be done thanks to the Nodle network. As you know, the Nodle network is covering more than 200, about 200 countries, if I recall.
226.
226.
Exactly, yes.
So it's a massive coverage that we have. The density is still not high enough to be able to provide fully this proof of location. So that's why you as a community have a role to play by continuing growing this community and growing the number of nodes of the Nodle network. But of course, as a click, you will also be part of this network. So you will become a node as well. So proof of location will be provided uniquely by the Nodle network. You might say GPS is a location. Yes, of course, it's a way to have location. We believe the proof through GPS is not good enough. Of course, this is what we currently use most of the time. However, they are GPS spoofers. They are a way to actually fake location. So it will be much, much, much harder to fake locations once the Nodle network will be used for it. So to basically summarize, there's a proof of provenance, there's a proof of device, there's a proof of time, and proof of location. This is how, when we combine all those proofs, we have a strong assertive, let's say, combination of things to show the authenticity of a particular piece of content.
And the network is
to
play a more and more important role also in the proof of location. Yeah.
Thanks, Florent, for that. So this is a quick look at our public beta at South by Southwest. Misha mentioned this earlier. We were just there in Austin, Texas. For those that don't know, South by Southwest is a big tech conference, but it's also kind of the convergence of tech, media, music, entertainment, film. So there's a lot of people from various industries there during this particular week. And we did a lot there to kind of activate the media, and then also really raise awareness with thought leaders and kind of key thinkers in our technology space. So we shared a lot of these images across social from that conference, but I just wanted to kind of highlight that was a big moment for us and really helped us to start to grow the product. And we're starting to see good adoption now in terms of installs and daily engagement. What we're looking at, if you can just go back one. What we're looking at here is a new slideshow feature that we also launched. And again, this relates back to the channel functionality, where you can view a channel and see the content that has been submitted or created or captured and signed around that channel. And so we did this for South by Southwest as kind of a first move in this direction. And it was a success. There was a lot of great content on the South by Southwest Click channel. And then a brief timeline and also Click in the press. So I wanted to share a little bit more about where we started and kind of where we're headed in terms of growth, and also some of the recent coverage we've gotten. So for those not familiar, we launched Click on iOS back in December, and also launched the public website to support all the content. In January, late January, we started rolling out Android, and we officially announced Android. Well, we announced it in January, officially launched it late Jan, early Feb. So cross-platform. In February, we announced an L2 rollup on Ethereum. So That is where we're moving as a business, and Florent and Misha can talk more about that. In March, as I just said, we were at South by Southwest, and we launched our public beta, which got us some nice adoption. So we're about 10,000 users now already on Click and growing. So that's exciting.
Yeah, I was mentioning over 5,000, but we are actually probably over 10,000 now.
As of this weekend, we'll cross that number. So that's exciting.
Amazing.
And, Product Hunt, as Misha mentioned, is coming in May. We will share a date for that soon. We obviously want everyone participating and all of your help with that. And then we look to keep growing, right? And we have big expectations for this product. I'd like us to get to over 100,000 users by June, and then next year cross the 1 million mark. And we think we can do that given the early adoption and traction we're already seeing, and just the excitement we're getting from various industry people and potential partners around this product.
So if you haven't yet installed the Click app and you are a Nodle app users, you should do it right now. It's available on iOS, on Android, on the App Store, on the Play Store. We invite you to install the Click app and to participate into the contest. We're going to give the details of the contest soon.
Yes, that's coming up. But before we jump into that, I just want to highlight that we are getting noticed by the press. For those following the press, we've been pushing a lot of these stories across our social accounts, and also referencing them in places like our blog and on LinkedIn. But we're starting to get noticed. We got picked up in Petapixel, which is the photography publication. We just got a nice mention on CNBC coming out of South by Southwest. We got a nice story in Tech Radar when we launched on Android. And both Cointelegraph and Digital Camera World have also covered us and mentioned us. So we're kind of getting a wide range of coverage now, and that's exciting too, because that means that press and media are paying attention, and they're excited to tell our story. So the contest, I will go through this again because it's important. Everyone has the details for this, but we are essentially launching Click with us today. And how it works is you install Click, you capture newsworthy photos, things that you believe are exciting, interesting, relevant to you in your, in where you are in your kind of local area. Sign them to the Click contest channel in the app, post them on X with hashtag #ClickYourTruth. Of course, follow @ClickYourTruth as well, so we can DM you if you win. And you can enter as often as you want. This is running from essentially today through April 10th, and we'll announce the winners shortly after that. So that's about 2 weeks. And we're giving away prizes. First prize is going to be 1,000 USD of Nodle. Second prize, 500 USD of Nodle. And third, 250 USD of Nodle. So we're excited about this. We think this is, this is a valuable kind of contest, and also prizes for folks.
So maybe we repeat. So when you post a photo that has been shot on Click to the contest channel, you also need to tweet or send a post on X with the link. The link to that media. So you have that that we get through the Click app, and also you need to add the hashtag #ClickYourTruth. I think it's done automatically on Twitter or X, or they have to add it.
You have to add it.
So you have to add it. Yeah. And we recommend you follow @ClickYourTruth, so we can reach out to you if you are among the winners, and DM you and ask you for your wallet address, and be able to basically send you the $1,000 of Nodle if you are first, or the $500 of Nodle if you are second, or the $250 of Nodle if you are third.
And it's also important to mention that we're going to use the Click app to also verify that you're actually really the owner of the photo. So don't uninstall it, keep it running, and then there are no bad surprises.
I mean, when we say newsworthy, maybe we can be a bit more explanatory there. So it's something that happens in your community, in your town, in the place where you live, that basically you think it is important. that can affect a lot of people in your community, in your vicinity, in your region, or it can also be you having a more artistic eye on something which is beautiful where you live.
Yes.
So it's any of these two, so it's a wide range of photos or videos that you can push to the contest channel. We will consider actually only photos.
Just photos for.
So we will consider only photos.
Yes. Yeah. We'll run a separate contest for videos.
Fantastic.
Eventually, yes. All right. So, quick recap in terms of what we've gone through and what we need your help with. So please install Click. Take Click. Start to experience the app. Give us your feedback. Super important. Like, give us feedback, the good and the bad, because we want to make this product better quickly. And then please join the contest as well. As I said earlier, the blog post is live. So what you just saw in that last slide is now on our blog post. So you can, if you need to see any of that again or want to just refresh what the rules are, refresh on what the rules are, they're there on the blog.
Excellent. Maybe just a word, if you were not here from the beginning. So when you create a click and you shoot a click on the Click app, and you sign it, and basically it gets shared on the internet. So the file goes onto IPFS, so on the decentralized internet. The record goes on the Nodle chain. But by doing that, you participate in making the internet better, because it's bringing back authenticity to the internet. And we think authenticity should be one of the internet primitives. And we want to defend freedom. We want to defend authenticity, what is true on the internet with this app. And you can do that just by taking shots on the Click app every day when you see anything newsworthy around you happening. So it's very, very, very important. In a second or third phase with the Click app, people who generate content will also be able to make revenues out of that content. So creators pushing amazing photos or videos, at some point, they may be picked by a media news outlet, or they may be picked. We are also thinking to have that content support some of the large language models for AI, which today have been basically taking content without paying any of the people who made that content. With Click, actually, they will be able at some point to train on data from the community and pay the community for that. So I think it's very, very important. We want to bring back authenticity to the internet, and you participate you participate and do that when you have the Click app and take shots on the Click app.
Yeah, basically what Misha says, I may explain a bit more technically how this stuff works, but basically it's about bringing back authenticity, but also ownership. So it's part of the Web3 mantra, so it's still a crypto product here. You may not know when you use the Click app that is actually crypto, because we have tried to abstract away all the complexity, which is sometimes associated with a crypto product. However, under the hood, it is a crypto app. And you have basically a wallet that you don't have to fund, but basically everything that you do is when you sign, it's actually an NFT. So this idea came when we started, of course, the NFT feature focused on photo on the Nodle app. And so, of course, we had this idea of authenticity for a while, but what we also learned from the Nodle app users is that the Nodle app users wanted to not only own, but potentially send their content to a marketplace of NFT, such as, for instance, OpenSea or Rarible, but also be able to get some other revenue. And this is what Misha is talking about here, is that the way you would, by creating content, if the content is valuable, you could have demand for your content. If you own it, you have rights on it, which means that if people want to use it, they would have to ask something out of you. They would have to ask their content, and you would be rewarded with token in return. Of course, because it's crypto, everything could be done on chain. So you would not have to interact and send email back and forth and so on. Basically, you would receive a notification that somebody or an entity wants to use your content and are requesting for a kind of a license. And very simply with your app, you will be able to give a price in Nodle, and then you would basically sign, and it would create some kind of a contract on chain, and people would have the rights. This particular entity would have the rights to use your content. So we want to make it as a marketplace which is fully decentralized. So that is kind of the vision, because the underlying technology is Web3 and it's NFT.
Thank you, Florent.
I can add a few things if it's important, but maybe it's later, right? To discuss about the blockchain kind of technology and the moves that we are doing. I don't know, Misha, you want to discuss about this later in the presentation?
I think as we go on to this next slide where we show that so the Nodle network reached already 226 countries actually. A million. There are more than 1 million token holders. I think we're approaching 1.1 million token holders on chain. That doesn't count the people who have been purchasing the Nodle token on exchanges. I remind you that we are on 7 exchanges today live. We have more than 115,000 daily active on the Nodle Wallet app. It's pretty amazing. And I can give some comparison here. When you look at the Coinbase app, it's actually less than 500,000 daily active. So it's probably 25 to 30% of what Coinbase is doing with their app. But just for the Nodle token with one app, which is the Nodle Wallet app. It's also 15 to 20% of what the MetaMask app is doing on mobile. So it's very, very, very important that everyone understand that it's a huge result, and that's thanks to you, the community. And so do not hesitate to tell everyone you know around you to actually install the app and start participating. It's reinforcing the network. It creates more revenue opportunity on the network, so you can benefit from it. And it's also reinforcing the network of digital witnesses that is going to help prove location when click photos and videos are shot. It's more than 500,000 monthly active nodes today. I think we're approaching the 600,000 monthly active nodes bar. And we are giving to the community more than $300,000 every month in Nodle, and that keeps on growing. So thank you for participating, growing this network. We are working really all the time to bring more and more opportunities to create revenues on top of the network, and we will keep on doing it. And I'll let Florent continue on this. I think, Florent, you wanted to mention something important for the Click community?
Yeah, I mean, it's not actually, it's more for the Nodle app community to understand what we're actually doing as well. So obviously, when we launched the NFT feature on the Nodle app, we learned that people wanted to be able to expose their art. So it was more artistic, I would say. It's not just about information in the case of the Nodle app. It was actually more about funny pictures or doing something artistic with their NFT. They wanted to be able to potentially present or resell their content through platforms like OpenSea or Rarible. So the most vibrant NFT ecosystem is definitely on Ethereum, which basically made us think that maybe the best place for Click would be Ethereum instead of our parachain. So we investigate multiple options to launch Click on Ethereum. Obviously, due to cost reasons, it is not possible to launch something like Click on Ethereum due to cost. Okay, you cannot like mint an NFT on Ethereum where you want to provide a service that looks like a Web2 service where you download and then you can shoot. So of course, we had to look at other solutions, which meant L2, layer 2 on top of Ethereum. You can think already like a Polkadot parachain is some kind of an L2 on Polkadot. So pretty much the same kind of location in the hierarchy. So we investigate multiple L2 solution, and we found that ZK Sync was extremely interesting. So ZK Sync is one of the ZK rollup. It's not the only one, but it's one of the ZK rollup. You also have Optimistic rollup. And they support account abstractions, which is extremely powerful, very important for us. account abstractions, it basically provide developers like us, like superpowers. And what kind of superpowers I'm talking about? It basically allow developers like us to move away for concepts like seed phrases. You are very familiar as the Nodle app community about your seed phrase, but it's not for everyone. If you want to onboard the next billion users on crypto, of course, you have to think about something which is a bit more easy to use. So you can move away from seed phrases, you can schedule automate payment, but more importantly, you can also pay gas fee in any token, not just Ethereum. And you can also pay the gas on the user's behalf. This is basically what we were doing with the sponsorship palette on our parachain. So when we did when we first launched Click on our parachain, we had to implement a lot of things on top of our parachain to make sure that the experience was smoothless. When we looked at ZK Sync, it was like basically already there. You have account abstraction, you can use it. You have extreme speed as well. The blocks on ZK Sync are much faster than on the current Nodle parachain. So if you are using the testnet on Android of Click, you are able actually on the Click app on Android to switch between the parachain and the L2 ZK Sync, which is a testnet. You will see the speed is just, it's so much faster. It's like instant. You swipe, it's signed. The experience looks like a Web 2 application. So the scalability and the speed was a very important element. So we decided to basically move Click to ZK Sync.
So before we, so we're going to take a few questions in 3-4 minutes from now from the community. I just want to add to what Florent explained. We are also very thrilled to open the ecosystem to the Ethereum world and the Ethereum ecosystem in general. We've been a bit limited up until now when we want the token to be listed on more exchanges. It's always there's always some friction, and by having basically the Nodle token becoming ERC20 compatible, it's going to open up so many more opportunities for listing, remove friction. We would be able, for example, to have the Nodle token be on Uniswap. So it's going to grow the liquidity. So it's a fantastic event for the whole community, for the whole project, and where we want to go long term.
So I'd like to comment on what Misha just said. So we are moving Click to ZK Sync. That's a fact, and technically it doesn't mean that the Nodle chain has to move as well, or the Nodle app has to move as well. So it is not mandatory for the Nodle chain to move to ZK Sync, but as Misha said, there are several benefits which are associated with it. So this is something that we are evaluating. We think it's the best decision to make. However, we will actually create a very thorough proposal to the community, and basically the community will vote on the proposal that we are making for the switch. So it's going to come in maybe 3 or 4 weeks, maybe faster if we are able, but basically you will have all the details about this move. So one thing is guaranteed is that Click is ZK Sync, yes, the Nodle app and the reward and so on. We will have basically issue a full explanation about what this means. We believe this has amazing benefits, but you will be able to read it for yourself.
So on this slide, you can see on the map, we have a very dense coverage now in Europe, and especially in France, where we have an insurance company who built a whole SaaS service for their customers who are subscribers of the insurance on top of the Nodle network. So when you purchase their insurance product, they send you a beacon that you put into your car. It's already deployed on the 250,000 vehicles. They are growing that to 3 million vehicles, and they found their first stolen cars actually last summer. You can see also on the map here, Uganda, who's being all covered, and we are very thrilled by this, which is a future announcement we're going to make on the network, with being able to deploy a whole wireless network thanks to Nodle in a country like Uganda in Africa. So Nodle is currently probably one of the largest, if not the largest, DPIN in activity, and I think that's very encouraging for the community. I think we're going to take some questions, unless Jeff or Stefan, you want to add something, but maybe it's time for questions. And thank you everyone for participating today.
Yes, thank you for participating. We can jump right to questions.
Stefan, you might ask the questions from the committee, and we'll try to answer those questions.
I will. So we have Danny Jacobs. His suggestion that we should also implement the Nodle app in smart TVs and laptops. So do you have any thoughts on that?
So yes, of course.
You can run on the Mac today. I think you can run on the app.
No, let's be clear about the reality of this stuff. So yeah, technically you can run on Mac, but the earning is a different story. So the reason why it's not working on, for instance, any device is it's not that we don't want to, is that because we can't protect the network. So on phones, you have a much higher level of security than on a computer. I love computers because they are open and you can do whatever you want with it. But with that, it means that a fancy developer can find a way to fake everything and make the network believe that the app is doing some work, which is not doing. So the DPIN are special, let's say, beast in the crypto space is because in a blockchain, you have 100% of, it's like everything is trustless. It's fantastic. But DPIN interface with some devices which are in the physical world. And those devices are the source of interaction. They are playing like Oracle, but they are also a source of problem for the network because you can have fancy and smart people trying to abuse and get tokens for not doing the work. So the reason why we are not doing it on larger platforms is that because we cannot protect the network on those platforms. When those platforms become more secure, they have secure element on it, they have other elements of security, then of course we will port it and we'll make sure it works. It's all about security. This is also the reason why Android 8 and 9, which are not secure enough, have been removed from the network. Unfortunately, this is what it means to be a DPIN. You have to deal with those problems.
Thank you. So I guess this also applies to Raspberry Pis and
yeah, such. Raspberry Pi is a fantastic. I love it. I have a few in my home, and yeah, they are Linux based. You can do whatever you want, but they are definitely not secure. They are for hackers. They are for developers. They are for people who love to do stuff. But for the network, they are not the best, let's say, citizen on the network.
Any other questions, Stefan?
Yes. So here are some suggestions, I guess, for the click camera. So editing options, cropping options, and stuff like this. I mean, we're still in a beta phase, so I guess there will be more options coming, but maybe Florent or Misha, you have to share something.
Yeah, of course, I can take it. So, you can take this is a public beta. The first thing we wanted to deliver in terms of experience to all the Click users is an app that's very easy to use, very sleek, and that would complete the first mission of this app, which is basically to push authentic content to the internet and prove that a photo or a video you captured is real. It is fulfilling that goal. As we advance and we update the app, yes, we are going to bring some additional features that you have on any other camera app, meaning cropping, contrast, eventually even some filters at some point. And these modifications, when they are made to a photo or video, will be added into assertion to the C2PA metadata that goes along with the photo or the video. So someone who watched that photo or that video will be able to see what has been modified from the original. So yes, we are considering all this. We want to bring the best possible experience to our users. We also would love at some point to have professional photographers taking advantage of the Nodle app. It's going to come. It's just going to take a bit of time. Florent, you want to add anything on this?
No, I think this is this is quite accurate. Like when you build an app, you need to focus on a few things. The unique selling point of this camera is really the authenticity and the ownership. So we focus first on it. We have big plans to make additions. We have some ideas to add stickers, which would be crypto related. So there are tons of things that will come. It's just 3 months old. So it takes time to build a really great app. I've been in making apps for 20 years, and it takes a lot of time to make a great app. Usually you underestimate what you can achieve in 2 years, but you overestimate what you can do in 3 months. So.
Okay. Any other questions?
Well, some oldies but goldies from Discord, but will there be options for the verify feature? Maybe we can also highlight this a little bit more. I mean, we are going to introduce a whole tool set on Click, so maybe we can also delve into this one.
We already have the verify feature on the web. It's a bit hidden. If you go to the clickapp.com, you will see that there's a verify let's say tab on top, which is not that visible. We will make it more visible and more prominent in the future. We are also going to add an explore tab where you will be able to see the official, let's say, public channels. So for instance, the competition, you will be able to see in real time what has been published. Again, it doesn't mean you participate by posting just on this. You will need to do everything on Twitter, but everybody will be able to see all the elements of the competition. So those are the kind of features that we're adding. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wonder if in that question there is not also the aspect of having your account verified through the Click app.
Yeah,
and that's something that we are going to introduce at some point. It's going to be a premium feature where you can link your identity or social accounts to your Click account to become verified the same way you get verified on Twitter or X today. That will also open up more functionalities with the app down the road. But again, we are just opening the public beta now. We want to have reached at least 50 to 100,000 users before we start to introduce paying features and features like the verified ones.
Okay. Let's see if we have something else.
And maybe one last question before we end this live. Again, if we are here, guys, it's thanks to you. So you're unbelievable, and we love our community. We want to delight you with everything coming on this DEPIN. We believe it's going to be the largest DEPIN ever deployed. The reason is simple. You don't need the hardware. It's 8 billion smartphones on the planet. So we have large room to grow, and we want to get there. So help us. Tell everyone.
All right. So we have actually two good ones. So first of all, will there be a way to use the Click app at home without doxing your apartment or whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, definitely you will be able to turn off location, and will just like the proof will be just the proof of time and proof of ownership and proof of device without the proof of location. So yes, it will be part of it. We will have this option. Again, we are first focusing on the things that, yeah, it's super good question, and we know it's a problem, but like we are looking first at the USP and all the use cases that Jeff has outlined, which is all usually about news, about something which is actually important in the world. But we also understand that this application could be useful for people in their home, and obviously we will address that things in later. I mean, probably next quarter. So just wait 2 or 3 months to have it.
Thank you, Florent. Last question, maybe, Stéphane, before we close this live.
What prevents someone taking a photo with click and location linked to the photo of an AI augmented image? So I guess this is one of the big misconceptions. Maybe you can also clarify this point a little bit better.
It depends what the question. I mean, I'm not sure I fully understood actually. Is it like if you take a photo of another photo, right?
Of another photo that has been AI augmented?
For sure.
Yes.
I mean, we have been experimenting with different techniques to spot when there is a screen that is shot. We could potentially introduce some more capabilities there to spot when someone takes a photo of another screen. The reality is, if you do it today, I mean, the quality, obviously, of your photo won't be great. It's hard to fool, I would say, someone with when you take a screen of another screen, a shot of another screen. We could be indeed more aggressive in removing and not enabling these photos to be recorded. We are not doing it today. It's not a major issue so far. And eventually we want to let people do that if one day they can associate their identity to it. Because if you can associate your identity, your reputation goes into play, and that, well, maybe it doesn't matter what kind of photos you take or how you take them, because your reputation is at play, is at stake. So we're still figuring out. If you have some suggestions there, they are welcome. We'd love to hear you. Florent, you add something?
I want to add something, because I think it's a very critical question here. And basically, in reality, it will never. So it's easy to see if you are taking a photo of a screen today. But it doesn't mean that in 5 years you could create screens that are so dense and with everything that you may not even spot it. The reality is that there is no 100% bulletproof solution to against creating fake content. What we are really doing with Click is that we are going to make it super expensive to create fake content. So reality is that with AI, I mean, before with Photoshop to create fake content 2 years ago, it would basically take you 2 or 3 hours to create fake content, like a visual fake content. Okay, so it was like 2 or 3 hours, or you had like images from 3 years ago being taken as taken today. So you have all those fake ways, but they were more expensive. They took you some time, they took you some effort. Today, it doesn't cost anything to create fake content with generative AI. It's sub-cents of dollars, right? You take $20 to get on a generative AI subscription, and you can create thousands of fake images on a monthly basis. So the cost of creating fake has dropped significantly. What we are doing with Click is to make it, instead of sub-cents, if you want to fake with Click and doing like having a super system with another phone and whatever, it will cost you $10,000 basically. So Click is making, like, it's always the same with crypto, by the way. You need to understand this. It's never to be able 100%. It's always about making super expensive to make something fake, so that it's so expensive that it's not achievable. But it might be achieved by very like rich, wealthy, but you know, instead of having millions of problems, you may have 10. So that's the whole thing here, which is important for you guys to understand. It's never going to be 100%.
I think we are arriving at the end of the live stream. Thank you, everyone. I just saw a last question from Nairo, who asked if there is an API to use the Click solution. We have a solution called ContentSign. You can go to the Nodle website, nodle.com, nodle.com, and learn more about it. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. It's amazing to have such an active community. We love you all. We love when you send feedback and suggestions. Help us grow this to make it just gigantic and make it really a giant network globally. And go on the Click app and participate to the contest. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Thank you, Florent. Thank you, Stefan. Thank you, guys.
Thank you all for being here. See you around.